Good morning, everyone. Brian here with BMK Retro Gaming. This morning I have the review for you guys of the IntelliVision home video game console line original library game, Microsurgeon. Now, it was developed in 1980 and published in 1982. Well, not entirely sure the development time, but developed and published in 1982 by Imagic, or is it Imagic? I always forget how they prefer for it to be pronounced. Excuse me one second. Forgot to close something. Anyway, in 1982 by them, and somebody please remind me if it's supposed to be pronounced Imagic or Imagic. I always forget. Anyway, the developer who worked on it for the most part was Rick Levine. I think it's Levine. Levine. Yeah, I think so. And it's pretty good. Basically, it would probably remind you somewhat of the film, Fantastic Voyage, I believe it is, where they basically shrink down a medical ship of some type, a ship that's designed to be a strange medical device to treat a weirdly critical patient and travel inside. Well, this is kind of more based on the idea of microsurgery, which I'm not sure if it was really that much of a thing in the 80s, or if it was more, I imagine if it was probably a lot more rudimentary, and basic than it is now. What's presented here and what was presented with that is kind of more like what you got coming up with, microsurgery, and what they, I think, do some of now. Microsurgery using things like nanobots, which are either pre-programmed to go in and perform the necessary medical task, or where they have an interface with it and they control it. They're just nanobot, tiny little robot that can actually go in and do what's necessary, or be controlled to do so. Excuse me. My allergies and sinuses have been acting up just a little bit here lately. So in that respect, Microsurgeon is very far ahead of its time, much as Fantastic Voyage was. I own, quite frankly, just a loose copy here, and you can see it's a pretty nice one. Pretty standard for an IntelliVision cartridge, You always have to love how Imagic has those little labels there. This pull tab, so it's easier to pull the cartridge back out and stuff. If I'm not mistaken, my old friend Scott Gullett sent me this one back when we were in touch. And well, I just have a loose copy of the game. I don't have a box, overlays, or manual or anything, which that does make it a little bit more trying to play, because, well, I had to look up instructions. The whole thing is that IntelliVision home video game console line games are supposed to be at least a little bit more cerebral. You're supposed to have to think on them at least a tad bit more than your standard arcade port or such on average. Not too much more in many respects. Let's be honest, your standard arcade port, it's still an arcade game, and you still have to think at least some about what you're doing, though you get into a rhythm and, all of that. But, with Microsurgeon, it's a little bit more complex, not too terrible. You can play either, single player with one controller, or you can play it two players with one controlling, the direction and everything, and one controlling the treatments and all. Which is pretty simple. Use the directional disc to move around after you, well, you guys will see in just a sec. Anyway, I think I've talked enough about all, preliminarily speaking. I'm going to pop this into my IntelliVision IntelliVision 3, and we're going to take a look at the gameplay. Okay, so here we go. The controls are pretty very simple. You use the directional disc to get your movement down, of course, as one would expect. And let me see, use, when it comes down to administering the various treatments you have, you can administer ultrasonics by selecting 7 on the number pad, antibiotics by selecting 8, and aspirin by selecting 9. Which they do different things. Anyway, first thing is to select your difficulty level, which the easiest patient, just press 1. Press 1 again, you're off. Check on the patient's status, you look at press 2. Let's see, what's serious is the lung, and that's where we need to get to. It's pretty much supposed to be easiest to travel if you go through these arteries. That's a white blood cell. They're trying to protect the body like you would expect. That's what he's doing. And I like having to get rid of them because, how do you say? They will kind of make it where you can't do much if you aren't careful though. I mean, they're supposed to be protecting the body, so that's not a big problem. I don't know what this thing is, but... Didn't want ultrasonics, you silly thing. Aspirin, I mean. That'll get rid of whatever that is. Yep. This is apparently, they were some type of, I think, oh, not that neither. Let's try some aspirin, see if that helps to get rid of it. Nope. Must not be anything I need to get rid of, I don't know. Oh, not that either? Okay, that killed that. I think that was some type of, how do you say, some type of infectious disease microbe, which those are in here too. That's part of the story here, is your patients basically are... That's not what I need. Stop giving me that. Okay, got rid of whatever that was. Oh no, aspirin. Aspirin's stupid. Jeez, I told this thing what to do twice now and still nothing. Do not like it when it wants to do that. There's another jumping down there, I don't get it. Not that either, huh? Okay. Let me see now, where are we? Lung is still serious. Gallbladder must be what I've been treating. You have to get within a certain range of them to do it. Come on, move me. Oh, would you stop with it just disappearing on me? Damn. The whole story behind the game in general is that there's been some type of very bad hazardous waste spill which has still up in the head. That's one reason why I'm having trouble here. Let's get down by the lung, I guess. There she blows. Those guys are just popping up everywhere, aren't they? Okay, let's see what I need to do here. If I forgot, these are, okay, basically, the whole story is that there's been a hazardous waste spill of sorts, and it has caused all these people, you know, our patients who have been affected by it, it's caused them everything from serious immune damage of sorts, throwing their immune system out of whack, to causing, I forget if it's scars or what, or some type of damage here represented by this black stuff to their lungs. Get off. Hate having to kill the white blood cells, but they're going to kill me if I don't. They tend to leave you alone more if you stay in the bloodstream, but no guarantees. Stop attacking me for nothing, you stupid things. Actually, you're trying to save the dick, the poor bastard, or whomever. Give me a break. Almost forgot those little how do you say those little gray areas are also part of the damage, and you need to get them. I believe there's some type of blockage or something. Anyways, scar blockage, tissue to the lungs, and of course, as we can kind of see, all different sorts of crazy, weird types of so that's ultrasonics, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, and that's very useful. Can fend them off as well as help you to get rid of several problems in here. Bill, 38,000. Location, lung, how's the lung still serious, you silly thing? I guess it's that I just lost the game or something since I can't do anything with it. We'll give it one more go real quick. Okay, you need to go back to the eye. To the lung. One of those you seriously have to worry about getting to and doing. It's a cool game for the most part, but it can be pretty tough. Don't have time for being harassed by you for nothing. There we go, here's our lung, and let's try to treat it. Got rid of him. Still plenty to be done though. Come on, you're back to ultrasonics like I need. Get off. Hate to have to destroy the poor jerk's immune system even worse than he already is, but you know. And you screwing my ship for nothing, it's not going to win nothing, you guys. Leave me alone. Well, I guess it's not a ship as much as it's just a robotic program I'm supposed to be in control of, but you guys get it. I didn't ask you to switch, so don't. Nope, that's nothing, I guess. Get off. See, that's the way your body's immune system tends to do. It will fight any perceived foreign invader to the body, so. Or at least it will attempt to do so. Again, these guys tend to leave you alone a bit more when you're not outside of the bloodstream, you know, the arteries, and that's also your fastest travel method. Well, it's supposed to be anyway. to him. By the way, let's check on our, take a look at our patient status if we can. I guess the other lung also needs treatment or something. Okay, bill 36,000. Apparently I did a bit worse that time. I also had to treat the heart and the brain. Couldn't get them all in enough time. I was hoping to do a bit better with that one, but just didn't work out quite like I would have liked. Anyway, I think you guys kind of have the idea with the gameplay now. Okay, so that was Microsurgeon, a 1982 original library game for the IntelliVision home video game console line. It's very good, as a matter of fact. You have to forgive the fact that my gameplay kind of sucked, but I just did not have as much time this time around to practice at and get it down as I would have liked. I did try, but also, too, you gotta be able to move through the systems that are infected and clear everything out pretty quick, and it just is not always such a fast process. We can say that fairly I got most of one lung cleared, but didn't get to quite all of it. Not nearly, but pretty good game. Like I said, would remind you kind of the Fantastic Void and what more modern day microsurgery is becoming to be like. So this was ahead of its time and very forward thinking in many ways. Though I'm still not so sure. Yeah, I still can imagine in the 1980s microsurgery wasn't quite on this level, though I don't know for sure. Anyway, if you guys get a chance to find a copy and check it out, I would recommend it. I also have some recommendations and links for you guys. I've had this preferred YouTuber, Erin Plays, for a long time, but I think this is the first video from her I'm getting a chance to actually share, so there's that one. And then, of course, there's Willie with his channel, Arcade USA, and my friend Brian Puddin with his channel, Brian's Man Cave. I'll leave recommendations and links in that order for you guys, and I'm also going to go ahead and leave you guys a link to the Wikipedia article for anybody who wants to read up on it, since there is one. I've been doing that with a lot of videos where I can lately, but just keep forgetting to mention it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Big shout out to my IntelliVision Invasion Facebook group. Love you guys over there, and you should be getting this video before too terribly long, I would think. And if you enjoy my channel's content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be yet. It might be a bit late before I get decided, but I should have another prototype, homebrew, or pro brew review coming up for you guys this coming Sunday, so keep an eye out for that. One of the reasons why I don't know what it's going to be yet is I do have some packages which are incoming and should be here in time, so I'm kind of waiting to see if that happens. I'm able to go ahead and pick from there and get a real quick familiarity going so I can show you guys that way. But if I have to go ahead and pick another one to emulate, I will. But for now, it's just still pending and I haven't quite decided yet. Anyway, you guys should see me again on this coming Sunday, and I'll see you then.